Krishna?
No idea, extremely no idea.
This problem?
He didn't tell
Mana
us.
Jagan bail వచ్చిందా?
That's one.
ఇక్కడ బెయిల్ వచ్చిందంట కదా, జగన్కి బెయిల్ వచ్చిందండి. అవునవును. ఇప్పుడు పెద్దగా 10,000 వాళ్ళ కల్పిస్తున్నా, వస్తున్నా ఉండు. మన హోటల్ ఏం ముందర అసలు కేర్ చేయను కదా నేను, అట్లా కేర్ చేయను కదా నేను. ఏం కాదు, నేను ఫోన్ చేస్తా ఉండు. ఓకే తీసుకోమన్నాడు. ఓకే నేను ఫోన్ చేస్తాను శ్రీకాంత్కి.
నిజంగా వచ్చిందండి వేరే?
జస్ట్ నా 5 minutes. Hey, I mean, that's what the people have told me. ఇంకెక్కువ ఉంటుంది. Where is this PT access ఉందా?
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గేమ్ ప్లాన్ ఏది అనుకుంటే అది సెంట్రల్ పవర్ మిక్స్ మ్యాన్.
పబ్ ట్రాకర్ కావాలి మీకు?
పబ్ ట్రాకర్ కావాలి, లాగిన్ చేద్దాం.
బిఎస్ పోర్టల్
బిజినెస్ డాట్
ఇంకా బిఎస్ పోర్టల్.
So this is your pub tracker, right?
Yeah.
Add paper allocation, upload paper inventory, right?
Right, yeah. Actually only those two here. Yeah, I'm the one. Yeah.
So maybe while it's loading, you can tell what is this about?
But actually this paper inventory is in pub tracker, as probably Suleiman and the other team members have told you about, where here we create our ISBN, and to the ISBN whatever the associated information should be there, that they will be mapped to that ISBN. That ISBN they will be loaded into the OTC.
Right.
So here what they do is, to the ISBN the content also will be added, and to that content they give a paper specification. Assume that now we have one novel book. That novel book maybe, the title, the cover page, the GSM, the thickness of the paper will be vary, and inside whatever the 100 papers or 200 papers, for that also there will be a different thickness.
Right.
We'll call it as a GSM. So in paper inventory we will allot the paper thickness, the paper weight, and how many prints need to be taken for that particular book, and associated author to this particular ebook, ebook or whatever the ISBN associated. Apart of that, to which printer how many printouts has to be given. Assume that they have 200 printers, and maybe they got 4,000 copies of prints, and here what they do, they allocate to printer 1 10 copies, printer 2 5 copies, printer 3 4 copies. And one printer may be a different type or a different size or a different made. So there appropriate you're going to select the printer and you give the number of copies and also you give the what you call the weight. Assume that 100 kgs of paper is there. For 100 pages of A3 paper, they might get like a 70 copies or a 40 copies. So in that way also system will calculate the paper. Because if you give for a printer, assume that 100 copies we are given for 100 books. 100 into one book, 200 pages are there. 100 into 200. So it's around 20,000 papers should be there in the printer queue, the paper. And if the 20,000 papers are not there, again it will give error. So even it will see the volume and quantity of the particular paper over there, plus the number of printouts are taking like by page wise and plus by book wise. All this information will be carried out in paper inventory.
Why is it there in Pub Tracker? I mean, see, for me, if I see the whole flow,
Yes.
OTC orders are created where ISBNs are taken.
OTC is about only just
goes,
sales.
processing, fulfillment. Then there is a warehouse there where paper printing, binding is also there.
Yeah, right.
Right? So these are the things which is sent to the warehouse and for printing and binding. Or how does it connect with all this flow?
I mean, here as far as my knowledge into the paper inventory, from OTC there won't be any information come over here. It's all everything in just ISBN designing part, everything will be done over here.
So what I understand is this is HBG related, right? When the ones which flows from here to OTC is completely HBG related.
Right, but OTC is only for order to cash.
Correct.
It's only just invoice generation, order generation, item creation. All this information will be done over there.
Right.
But whereas the basic book content part,
Actual printing.
actual book printing, and then whatever you take, everything is automated. There won't be printing is not going to be done. Printing in the sense manual things, there is not going to be anything. Even if you take any author, assume now Harry Potter is a big vendor for HPG, and Harry Potter, they have like 1, 2, 3, 11 volumes are there, right?
Yes.
For volume 1, there might be a different title, different cover page, different design and different content, different format, and then a different publisher. Publisher also different. These guys HPG, they act as like as a suppliers also. Suppose we are a small publishers and I don't have a capacity of taking a printouts of 40,000. What they do, they approach to HPG. And there what happens is publisher name will be given by the customer only. They don't give as a just HPG.
Okay.
So in that also they take the orders from the customer.
Okay.
So that customer may have a distribution channels. So again he might give a distributor name. Like UK maybe one person is distribution rights. In France one person will be having a distribution rights. So these type of complete information will be handled over here. Their invoice part, sales, order creation and all, their account information, that will be done over there.
Okay.
Here the rest of the entire HBG related information, right from the book content, publishing activities, everything will be done over here. At the time of publishing also they will see whether this is generated for either ebook or for a manual book. Ebook means only just soft copy. They put like for 100 papers or 200 papers, they will upload in a net, or whomever will pay online, they can buy that book. So here those specifications also will be done here only. Entire publishing activities, entire publishing managing operations of publishing related activities, everything will be done at Pub Tracker.
And it is
So
not only HBG, it can be any vendor or
anyone.
which HBG actually handles.
Handles, right, yes. 70% of the HBG business is probably from the different customers itself. So
So you need to map to different books, right? Publishers. What is the quantity? What is the volume of the?
yes, everything that we have to give over here in paper inventory. Right.
It's like customization, is what you mean, or configuration for the.
Yeah, it's all here. We're going to just associate the different individual elements. We'll make it as one particular piece of action item, and we'll send it to one particular printer. This thing should be
It's
done.
automated. Whatever I configure here,
Yes.
the printer takes those inputs immediately, starts printing. Is it like that? Or
Actually, it should be done like that only.
We'll take
But,
a print out of this, and then he will say, okay, this printer.
No. Actually, from paper inventory directly then give to the printer. But the end action item is from the paper, from the pub tracker is directly printed. But again there will be some interfaces.
Okay.
Whether it has to send it directly to the printer queue, or again
Those
we have
options
to,
are there.
those options are there. Again in the interfaces, whether we need to put it into the server, from the server it should go to a different location.
Okay.
Because they have this, HPG have a capacity of giving a printer here and taking a printout at somewhere east coast or north coast.
Oh.
So those type of things are there.
Okay.
So they clearly mention over here.
Okay.
Looks like application is a bit slow.
But this time it normally it becomes very slow.
Now you are facing the same issue for long time, or
Especially for pub tracker, it's very slow.
very slow? All right, okay. So here we have normally in paper inventory the main the functionalities we have is paper specification. So you're going to create a paper specification over there, the size, the thickness, and for that you give a name and associating the author to that. All this information we're going to give here at that. There is one what you call button is there, like a paper specifications. So we're going to create that paper specification, and whatever that ISBN related information is there automatically will come over here. And also we have what you called paper allocation. Paper, that these two are the main functionalities. Paper specification creation, and the other one is like a paper allocation. The paper allocation is nothing but whatever, assume that there is a one book is the J.K. Rowling book. For that we have given one ISBN, and that so here you have one create paper specifications, and this is order and normal reports under the paper inventory. Like a paper specification report is there, paper consumption report is there, and all.
So you will get the requirement document like that for this particular publisher. These are the paper inventory specifications. So you get the
You won't
document
get
based on
publisher
the-
wise, you won't get it.
Ah.
You get for paper inventory just paper specifications,
Okay.
but not publisher related information here.
Okay.
See, publisher is different for them. All for them is like they're just paper related action items, whether they have implemented or not. Those things will be there in the functionality. And they have given a clear naming convention for every paper specification. If you see test cases in the JAMA counter related to paper inventory, you can able to select what are the defects and what are the CRs they have given, all these things.
So I want to see the test cases for the current release.
Yeah,
Which
you can.
folder I can go?
In JAMA counter there will be a paper inventory, is a folder is there. You can select that paper inventory.
Which
Or else if you log in with my credentials, directly you can see in the filter. I just kept it as all the filters like paper inventory related all test cases. You can select that filter and you can able to see. So just this is like a read-only field. Whatever the sizes you are, all the shades, everything you're going to select, you'll get over here that paper ID. See, paper sizes you have given this in inches they have given. We call it as A4, A3, A2, A1, right?
Yeah.
So these are all the inches. Assume that if you have selected.
So how do you know that how do you know the requirement that we need to select these inches on it?
You will get a requirement. Like
So
that.
they will get the exact document.
They will give a requirement.
Based upon that we will specify.
We will specify this thing. Assume if I give any 22. So we will give a 22 paper size here. It will be displayed automatically, it will go over there. And similarly the base is white. This is your thickness, GSM thickness. If you get 300 or a 400 or 100, keep it as a 100. And paper shades. You have in some of the books, if you see, you have nowadays in
Shades,
in colors, different colors you are getting. Apart of white, cream and all. If you select any just blue, white.
So how do we know that we are creating paper inventory for particular ISBN?
We'll get the requirement.
You get that allocation, you're going to get that information. In the allocation, you have to select that ISBN. Then once you select that ISBN, whatever the ISBN you have created over there in the pub tracker, that related information will come to this paper inventory. Here all you're going to just select the paper, thickness, size and everything, and you send it to the printer's key. That activity will be done over here. Rest everything will be associated. It's not really any hardcore functionality.
Just input from there, just near inputting that.
Vamshi, when I log into Java control, this is how it opens for me.
Right.
Where should I go?
Business
Which
systems are there. Phoenix is for OTC.
Phoenix is for
OTC.
here.
Just open the projects.
Projects.
Projects. Yeah. That's Phoenix. That in the Phoenix, all the OTC related test cases, everything will be available over
And
there.
for your this pub tracker?
In the upper, you have business systems.
Business system,
Business
right?
systems. Yeah. All PT related test cases will be available over there.
Okay.
PT test cases will be available. So these are all the authors, the vendors, I mean.
What do you mean with PPI?
Which one?
PPI.
This what do you call the paper specification you give, right? What do you call that? In the Xerox machine, when you take, it will ask you PPA. In the Xerox printer, if you observe, you'll select the PPA. So that as whatever the specifications here we have, like A3, A4, A5, same there we have that inches. Similarly, in the Xerox machine, there are some PPA settings.
Okay.
Probably the thickness of the print thickness on the paper, the color, whatever the thickness you are giving,
Okay.
that is called PPA. It's simple as it is, like whatever whenever you take any Xerox copy, you always give lot of settings over there.
Yes.
So those settings we're going to mention here, and then the paper grade. These are all the built-in information given by the HVG group. So those things have been populated. And then if it is recycled, utilized or not, whatever is it. So you have 22 inches, 300 ppi. So that created specification, now it will display in this. Here it will be. These are all the created specifications will be here. If you want to do any changes, so we have created around 22 inches on that. And this is a 2 blue white.
The 27 test cases, paper inventory.
Yeah, 27 test cases are there.
Right?
These are all the seers.
Oh. That's all, huh? Paper inventory.
That's it.
It's new functionality you said, right?
Yes.
Something called Gunda.
Yes.
आपका ये क्या?
मेरा वंशी गुंडा है मेरा.
Kalahan, Jean Kalahan.
Gene Kahani was a on-site counterpart. In fact, he is the one who was testing right from the beginning of paper inventory, and then he left that basket, that kitty in us. So we have just continued and completed the testing part.
So if I have to see defects, I have to go to Jira, right?
Jira, yeah. In the Jira, you have to check under pub tracker. So here, because we have not given any paper allocations, it will show you there is no any paper allocations, because we have just created only paper specifications. Suppose if you take any different one, then if any paper allocation here, that ISBN's part will come into picture. It will display the list of ISBNs which are all associated to this particular paper ID. So that paper related specification information will be here. and then this thing will go to the printer.
So how do you map the ISBN to this paper ID, paper inventory approvals like that?
But we can create over here this thing. If you click on this edit paper inventory,
Okay.
and then here you will get one add allocation. There you can give any ISBN to that. I will show that one.
So that already added one, you are opening that now.
Right, yes,
So-
yeah. And at a time, if you want to give for 100 ISBNs, then you can use this upload paper consumption.
So batch process, like batch process.
It's like similar, yes. There you have the list of all the fields, same the paper size, print quantity, paper number and all everything. You can give that ISBN number. So this is your purchase order and this will be your ISBN number. Okay, your print number and then print quantity 40,000 copies. Whatever the paper due date, on press date, allocation date, okay, and the pounds allocated. I mean the papers allocated for this particular ISBN printout for this number of copies.
That automatically gets allocated or we need to give it?
No, we need to give these things.
Provided.
We need to provide all this
So where do you
information.
need to provide that? So
Here on
this
this.
date is not there currently what you have shown us, the date.
Which one?
On press date, paper due date, it is not there in that.
Yeah, we can create here. We see here. This is your paper allocation view.
Okay.
Okay. In this, if you click on this added paper,
Okay, once we created a specification, after that we need to come to this edit screen and after that we need
and then we
draw
need to
this.
either add or modify whatever you want to can do it. So these you will get in
So
editable
some
mode.
fields will be added in this screen, in this
Yes.
section.
So if you create one more add allocation, then it will ask your here you can select your ISBN.
ISBN.
If you know any ISBN, then you can select our ISBN here. So you have some information over here. So if you selected this particular, this is the book name, this is your ISBN name, and this is the book type is will be here, and who is the author for this? Grand Central Publishing. So HBG is taking a printouts for this Grand Central Publishing, and whatever the quantity you want, you can give, how many quantities you want, you can give it. Size of the printouts, 10,000, and the date you can provide, any date. This LV is allotted and all. Exactly how much quantity of LVs has to be allotted to take that number of printout 70,000, that only function technically they know, the UAT team they know. All we have to do is just we have to see the testing whether the proper validations as per the business specifications, numeric has to be entered on this. And the quantity, they have some error validations. Only those error validations we need to test for each and every field. But in general, there is no any hardcore calculated mechanism for this many pounds of data or for this many pounds of paper. How much quantity of paper we need to insert. All these things technically we don't have any information with us. Okay, and this price also. How much price it will be taken for this much, because it's for costing also they should see, right? When they are taking this many pounds of data and this many number of printout they are giving, so they have some roughly calculation, like whatever the amount it will be taken, it will be consumption basically. And this is if it is any paper adjustment. Suppose in between if you are printer, if you are printing option, gives what you call any error, then they come and they adjust here in the paper adjustment. Because I mean here we have given some 70,000 printouts here, right, in the 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of this, maybe after 2, 5, 6, 7, they might have error has come. So here they go and they changes the option here.
What are those?
I mean, these are all options they are given, either inventory adjustment. I mean, in case if they want to stop, they give them inventory adjustment. Or else if any paper has been damaged, then they select the damaged paper. Or if any rolls are missing, then they'll make it as a rope. Or if it is a scrap, they'll put it into the scrap. And for this particular scrap, how much has been used? If any invoice number is there, you can give invoice number, and automatically this will be changes. Whatever the value you give, automatically this values will be changed. If you give 900, this values will be changed. Whatever the LVs you have used and whatever the LVs you have allocated and whatever the pounds of paper, volume of paper is available on the printer, all this information will be displayed over here. And if any invoice number is there for this, then those invoice number you can give it. Any date available, then just go for it. And you can save. So similarly, this information is there, right? This thing, if a bulk you want to give, you can give it under upload paper consumption. I think so. The rest week, shall we start for tomorrow?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Because you already told for cab, right? So
That also and plus too much. It's like
okay, we'll just go for a tomorrow. Probably tomorrow what I'll do is I'll get some sample of upload files, and we will try to upload with that sample file. And also there are some error validations they have given clearly in the business specifications. While uploading for each and every field, what are the validations should come and out. So those also we'll just try and play around in the app for a while.
Okay, sure.
Will it be possible for you to send those documents to us?
Yeah, sure. Now I'll send it to you.
So
I'll
that
just
if
take the
we
mail
get
ID from
that, we just
Gopal
take a
Rehman.
look at it and then come to you.
Okay, then right. Yeah, I'll send some a couple of sample upload files, and I'll also try to fetch the test cases plus defects, everything related to paper inventory. I'll put it on a hold to you so that it will be sufficient.
Yeah.
I'll just try for it. Right. Okay.
Yeah.